The Brooksville Picture House featured classic films and the occasional indie flick, and its owner, Mr. The Brooksville Picture House featured classic films and the occasional indie flick, and its owner, Mr. Hargrove, was a well-loved figure, always ready to chat about the latest releases or share stories of the golden days of cinema. One fateful evening, a group of teenagers, Maya, Jake, Lila, and Ben, wandered into the theater, drawn by the whispers of something peculiar. "Have you heard about the Unaired movie?" Jake asked, his eyes sparkling with mischief. The others shook their heads, intrigued. "It's supposed to be a horror film, so creepy that Mr. Hargrove refuses to show it," Lila added, leaning in closer. Rumor had it that the film, originally titled Shadows of the Past *, had never made it to the big screen due to strange occurrences surrounding it. Mysterious flickering lights, the faint sound of whispers during private screenings, and at least one reported incident of a viewer fainting at the mere sight of the film's opening credits. "Let's sneak in and watch it," Maya suggested, feigning bravery despite the thrill of fear buzzing beneath her skin. The four swiftly devised a plan. After hours, they crept back to the theater, hearts pounding in their chests. The cool night air gave off an eerie chill, and as they entered, the heavy door creaked, amplifying the silence until it felt deafening. The lobby was dimly lit, with shadows lurking in the corners and the faint smell of stale popcorn weighing heavily in the air. They made their way to the projection room, expecting it to be locked. To their surprise, the door swung open easily, like it was inviting them in. Dust danced in the beams of light as they entered, illuminating the projector that seemed to be waiting for a film to play. After a few moments of scouring through old film reels, they found it, the fabled Unaired movie, labeled with a splattered X on the edge. With excited but trembling hands, they slid the reel onto the projector. As the film began to roll, a strange unease settled over them. The black and white images flickered to life, showing a seemingly innocuous story about a group of friends, much like themselves, venturing into the woods for a camping trip. Their laughter echoed eerily in the empty room. But soon, the atmosphere shifted. The cheerful scenes darkened, revealing the friends' laughter giving way to anxious conversations. They stumbled upon an old cabin, and the film took a sinister turn. A darkness loomed as the characters unearthed secrets from the past, whispers rising to a cacophony echoing those known only to the woods. Suddenly, loud cracking noises filled the theater as the images on the screen warped into chaos. Maya screamed as a distorted face, an amalgamation of fear and despair, flashed on the screen for a split second before disappearing, replaced by a blank darkness. The lights flickered, and then a creeping stillness descended over the group. Ben reached for the switch, but the projector had a mind of its own, feeding off their fear. "Guys, we should stop this," Lila squeaked. They all felt the cold grip of dread tightening around their hearts as shadows began to twist and curl in the corners of the room, feeding on the flickering light like hungry creatures. The film resumed, the sound of ominous laughter echoing from the speakers, a sound so real it felt as if it surrounded them. Each flicker of the film seemed to draw them further into the story, reaching out like long tentacles into the real world, whispering dark secrets of the woods to them. Sweet laughter turned into chilling cries, resonating with the deep sense of wrongness that now pervaded the room. Panicked, they rushed toward the door, but it slammed shut. No matter how they pushed against it, it wouldn't budge. The shadows danced closer, and the atmosphere thickened with despair. The friends turned back to the screen just in time to see their own faces staring back at them, eyes wide with terror. "Get out!" a voice shrieked. It wasn't from the film, it resonated across the room. It was Mr. Hargrove's voice, a fleeting echo of a man who had watched the movie before them and had paid the price. All at once, the lights went out, enveloping them in complete darkness. Frantic, they felt their way toward each other. "We have to find a way out," Jake yelled, but nothing seemed familiar in the pitch-black void. Then, eerily, the projector flickered back to life. Their faces were now intertwined with the original cast, trapped within the frames of shadows of the past. With wide eyes, they realized the truth. They had unwittingly unlocked something that was never meant to be seen. Something that had leached their essences, haunting the film reel forevermore, just like Mr. Hargrove. With the last flicker of light and heat, silence fell in the projection room. Hours later, when dawn broke, there was no sign of the four friends. All that remained was the stale scent of fear lingering in the air and the film reel, still looping in the endless darkness of the Brooksville Picture House, a forgotten tale now enshrined in a horror that would never air.